pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
Man, that applause, all them people just with the clapping and whatnot. I wasn't prepared for it. I'm humbled by all of the, you heard all of the, no, that was the machine. I think that was the machine that did that. Hey, man, welcome again, y'all, to the Big BoneYard. And this is not Lenny Kravitz or nothing like that. I just got, some new spectacles. I'm trying to be cool, because people be out there acting cool and shit. I got to up my game and shit because, doing this show with Archbishop, that puts a lot of pressure on a motherfucker, So I got to try to come up with some accoutrement type shit. But anyway, but look, real talk. Thank y'all for joining us back again this week for the Big BoneYard. And as always, we're definitely going to have a good time tonight. And we got a lot of stuff to cover, but in the meantime, I know y'all don't believe me, but I got word just a little while ago, Archbishop 1% is actually in the building. What's up, man?
What up, though?
Shit. How's the weekend for you? I know about today because we did today most of the damn day we did together. But other than that, how's the weekend for you?
Not too bad. I can't complain. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot outside though. Man, it's hot in sun. It's hot.
Man,
it was like 104
it ain't
too hot. So I spend my time at work,
the
car with the AC on, and straight inside the crib. Ain't do nothing.
Man, look, this Florida heat is brutal. You know how like people say that thing that I swear I hated the expression. I always thought it was stupid. And people go, "Oh, but it's a dry heat. It's a dry." I'm like, that's a bunch of bullshit. Ain't no. So y'all know I was in Arizona just a few weeks ago. So we're out there for a little bit. I'm up there, out there in the desert, going up mountains. If y'all seen the pictures, going up mountains and all that kind of stuff, took all kinds of cool pictures and whatnot. But in real life, it's 106 degrees. I'm walking up a mountain wearing all black. Didn't break out in the sweat or nothing. It was cool. I mean, not cool, but it was hot, but it wasn't like killing you. Florida heat is disrespectful. I mean, Florida heat is damn near racist. You know what I mean? It's like the way that shit, it's like slave heat down here, You're singing Negro spirituals just trying to walk to the damn car, It's different. It's some different shit going on.
I walked to the mailbox and walked back and came back on. I gotta take a whole damn shower, man. It's hot.
Yeah. See, that's some Florida shit, man. But the cool thing is, all right, I'm gonna remove these for a little bit because these are black as hell. I can't see shit. But they look good, dog. Every now and then I'll do like that, just to, keep up my level of coolness and shit. But for real, this has been, hey, let me tell y'all about, y'all know we always, we have a tendency anyway, by accident, sometimes do it on purpose, the current events. I will tell y'all, I think the country's going to be okay. And y'all know I'm not a big fan of Ron DeSantis, but he is doing something very important for America. He's helping out other states with their employment problem, because we used to have a bunch of migrant workers like immigrants and stuff here in Florida. Well, not anymore, damn it, because Ron DeSantis put an end to that shit. So I don't know what to tell you. How you feel about that, man?
The only thing you can say is to all you states that's looking for workers, don't worry, help is on the way.
Yeah, help is on the way, because look, these folks have left here by the thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands, and other states are like, woo, because a lot of folks was like, after the pandemic especially, they didn't have nobody to do these certain jobs, and they were begging high schoolers or anybody to come to work. And having to pay more and offer sign-on bonuses and all this kind of stuff. And now, thanks to Ron DeSantis, boy, maybe he really do want to be president. He drove all them workers out of Florida so he could help America. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, that's it. Let's go with that bullshit. Oh, Lord. Now this is weird. Hold on, y'all watch this. This is funny. This is my daughter. Hold on. Hey, hello, and thank you for calling. You've reached Big Bone 1%er and Archbishop 1%er here on the Big BoneYard. This looks like, let me see, caller, are you my daughter?
Yeah. You got me. I thought it was your, like, I thought you decided to make, like, a phone reading for, like, a voicemail.
No. You're actually, like, no, you called in. We're doing the show right now, and and America gets to hear you. That's for those of y'all that seen the little skinny girl on the black Harley look like she's on Anubis. That's her. That's Kid One, aka my daughter, the oldest, funniest looking one. All right, she's all right. But yeah, daughter. So I'll tell you what, we're talking about miscellaneous motorcycle type stuff, and that's okay. So. You were talking about buying a motorcycle. I'm going to just keep you on here for a second. So you were talking about a motorcycle. You were wanting. There was an EX500 that used to be in the family. You didn't want it, then you want it again. It was purple. You don't want it purple. Just tell me what is your situation with this motorcycle? Just get it off your chest. Admit it to America.
I thought it was a Yamaha. It wasn't a BX.
No, the XV 1900. The Raider is a Yamaha. That Supergirl bike is that's a XV 500 Ninja.
Okay. Well, I just want a cute small bike, and I didn't like the bike because it was purple.
Right. So what color would you like the bike?
I was smaller during the time too, so it seemed daunting to be on it. My feet couldn't reach the pedals. My arms couldn't reach the handle.
All right, well, pick a color. What color are we going with?
Pink.
Yeah, I knew you were going to. Dude, talk to your niece. She wants a pink motorcycle.
Yeah.
Archbishop is on the phone or on the show. Man, could you talk out of this pink business?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'll stay away from the pink though.
You want they make a black pink. Isn't there a black pink like that?
I mean, like, I'd rather pink.
I know. All right, I give up.
I'm sure they make pink bikes or maybe detailed bikes or put like a little what's it called? The film on it.
No, you mean the wrap?
The wrap on it, yeah.
Well, we're gonna paint it whatever color you want. We just gotta make a decision. Are you sticking with that particular bike, or are we gonna do something different? And by we, I mean I get to pay for it. Is what I'm saying, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get it originally pink, that's fine. But if it's not pink, oh no.
That was the I get to pay for it sound. Look, let me see if that button. Every time I say, yeah, when we say we, that means me because I got to pay for it.
Yes.
Right? See what I mean? All right. But anyway, all right. So the pink Ninja is that's what we're going with, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, daughter, were you calling to call the show, or were you calling to call me and just tell you how much you love me and stuff like that? There.
Yeah, I was calling you to say that I love you and stuff, and let you know that I just got off of work.
Oh, right on.
Let you know. Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Well, daughter, I love you a whole bunch, and I'm going to talk to you as soon as we wrap up the show.
Okay.
All right. Bye, daughter. Love you a lot. Hey,
Bye, Dad.
Hey, Boneheads, that was Kid One. My daughter, who we don't get to hear from all the time, but hey, she's all right, I guess. We'll keep her around. Yeah, we'll keep her around a little bit. That's Archbishop's color confused niece, because I think the pink, when she said pink, I really think she meant like that black style pink that they make that doesn't look pink at all, but it's more like a black, but they call it pink.
Yeah, blink.
Yeah, blink. Yeah, they call it blink. But anyway, other than that, speaking of which, if we can, sir, if you could help us out with that doggone disclaimer, because we didn't get to it yet.
I disclaimer is the same as every week.
Yeah.
What we talk about is our opinions and our opinions alone. Doesn't have anything to do with our respective clubs. We know we love our club. We're not talking about them, nor trying to push anything dealing with them. This is strictly our opinions based on information that we've gathered throughout the years, what we picked up online as basic fact, and it is what it is after that.
What he said. Damn it, I'm gonna wear this button out tonight. But no, look, but that's a fact, though. I think that's real important to say, especially when we talk about subjects like we're going to talk about tonight a little bit. So tonight is, I think the show is called Club Hoppers, Leaving Your MC for a Different Club. Is that a real thing? That's an actual question. Is it a real thing? And we kind of tease about, it's a rhetorical question almost. But the way we wrote it up was, okay, so in the MC world, it is often said that I'll never belong to a different club. We've all heard cats say that. Or they'll say, this is the last club I'm ever going to belong to. And shit, hold on, we got another call. Hold on, let's take this. This is going to be fun. Hold on. Hey, hello, and thank you for calling. Reach Big Bone 1%er and Archbishop 1%er. And this is the Big BoneYard. Who we got calling in?
Yo,
I know who that is.
what the hell y'all doing?
That sounds like Ali Allah 1%er up in this motherfucker. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boneheads out there in the world, Ali Allah 1%er. What's up, man? You called into the show.
I did?
You did. Everybody can hear you.
Okay. What's up, world? What the fuck y'all doing?
Right on. Shit. How was your weekend, brother?
To say what up, see what y'all doing.
Yeah, just chopping it up out and some miscellaneous shit on the damn Big BoneYard tonight, man. But it's good to hear from you. Some folks is out there watching, and they're all saying howdy and stuff like that there. No, wait, damn, somebody says shalom. I think, hey, Ali Allah, I don't know if Ali Allah needs to hear shalom. I don't know. That's a little confusing. Different thing.
But shalom all the same.
Yeah, I know where he was coming from with it. Oh, hey, Frost said salam Ali.
Salam alaikum.
Yeah. Okay, right on.
Somebody said walaikum assalam.
No, he can't hear you. Right, they piping in right now. That's what's up.
Yeah, they can hear you. You know what? Since he's on the phone, won't you ask him the first question? Since he's on the phone.
All right. First question is, all right. So this particular show is called Club Hoppers, Leaving Your MC for a Different Club. Is that a real thing? So, in matter of fact, here, so the way that we wrote it up on the show, the description that's online about this show says like this. It says, in the MC world, it's often said, and I know you heard it before, they say that I'll never belong to a different club, or this is the last club I'm ever going to belong to. But according to protocol, this would be often correct. But in reality, especially these days, that isn't exactly accurate. So what if a guy leaves for whatever reason, he leaves and wants to start a new club? What if he's out bad? What if he puts on another patch a week after he left? See where I'm going with this? So there's definitely some BS going on these days. And so we're going to take a look into that tonight on the Big BoneYard. So that's how we wrote it up as far as the show description. But so let me ask you while you're on the phone, man. So first things first, a dude wants to leave a club, go to another club. What, if anything, would you think, like what would be the first question? If you're the president for the new club that this guy wants to go to, what would be like your first round of questions for this motherfucker?
Well, all right. So to be completely frank and honest,
the
best what I've grown up, and from my own experience and from just what I've grown up, what I've been taught is that when you leave a club, right, it's the responsibility of you to make sure you left your club right, meaning no bills. Pretty much that's the main thing of it. Did you leave on a bad note, right? And if you did, have a reasoning behind it, because it could be something that wasn't, that wasn't your fault, but just never got cleared up.
Right. So like, are you out bad or are you out good?
Right. Are you out bad or are you out good? Sometimes it's just a misunderstanding between you and maybe the the chapter or even the president, and it was something that could be fixed. But the bottom line is, find all those things out before you go, right?
Right on.
Leave on a clean slate. In other words, clean up your mess before you go. Then it's the responsibility of the next party that picks you up to not inherit your problems. So the best way of doing that is for them to call over. What protocol is that you call over the next president and ask, hey man, this guy wants to come aboard, whatever, but we need to know, did he leave bad? And if he did, that president should ask the other president, well, I want to know why. If he says, yeah, he left bad, why? Why did he leave bad? Explain it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be something that, like I said, was simple, that could have been fixed. Like maybe he stole his shoestring and he thought he stole it, but he had another pair. So I don't know, something stupid.
Right.
The bottom line is, give that man that respect by, checking into it. You are looking to bring him into your chapter. You should, see if he was being fucked over or not. I mean, I think that's fair.
What if after let's say you do your due diligence, you do your research, and you find out, man, this dude is just a shit show, and he's trying to come this way. What's the next move?
You ain't got to take him. You ain't got to take
that part.
You ain't got to take him. I mean, you are inheriting somebody else's problem. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to? First of all, why would you want to subject your brothers in riding to that kind of bullshit when they didn't have this problem before? Is he that important?
But five of his good homeboys that he went to preschool with are all in that other club, because Rallo and them from when he was 8 years old. They used to be on big wheels together. So does that count?
Listen, man, your bros is your bros, man. Your bros that you with right now, you gotta look out for them. But you don't want to bring no mud into the club. So all his little problems that he got, the best thing for you to do is find out what they are, come clean and tell your bros and see how they feel. If they don't want them, you shouldn't want them either.
Okay, right on. Hey, well said. And look, that's coming from a legit 1%er. So if he said it, I think I'd take that one to the bank. Let me ask you one more thing while we're here. What if the club that he's leaving, right? The club that he left for whatever reason, he's out of that club, and that club says, hey, if you leave to go somewhere else, and let's say they old school, traditional with it, you got to sit your ass down for a year, because on a lot of sets, that's the rule. When you leave, you got to sit your ass down before you go anywhere for a year. What if that's the rule of the club he's leaving, but the club he's going to, they don't really get down like that? What's the answer there? What's the responsibility of the old club? What, if any, responsibility is there of the new club?
If I was on the regular MC set and not on the larger set,
right,
on the diamond set, if I was on the regular MC set, I mean, I think I would do it either way. I would wait. I would wait the year out of respect. I would do that. If I agreed to something, you got to stand on it. If I agreed to it, I'm going to stand on it. If I said in the beginning, when you allowed me to wear those rags, when I earned those rags, and I said, look, man, when they told me, hey, man, you know that if you leave here, you got to sit down for a year. And I said, yes, I'm going to stand on that. I'm not going to play footsies and go back and forth and try to wiggle my way out of it. I'm going to stand there.
Oh, you mean you're going to be a grown-ass man type shit?
Right.
Oh, okay. Do people still allowed to do that kind of shit? Can you still do that? I don't know. Archbishop, is that the rule, or is that just something that he just made up? Because, Ali might be making some shit up. I don't know. Is that like how it's supposed to be?
No, actually, Ali hitting on all cylinders tonight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, ain't he?
What he did, right. Man, some as to what he didn't say. You know what I mean? You know the old rule when it says, when you was talking about we go back, when you was talking about what about if he was fucked up in another club and he try to come over here.
Right.
Now, the old saying is that one man's trash, another man's treasure. But in some cases, one man's trash is still trash. You know what I mean? It ain't no way around it. It's still trash. Now, the biggest thing though, and Ali was sitting, I mean, he was A100 on what he said right there.
Yes, sir.
I think one of the biggest things is that people, when they join clubs, they join this club for the wrong reason. They go with the expectation of it being one way, and then when it doesn't come out to be the way that they perceive it to be, what they had in their mind, that's what it was.
Right.
and they see another club that's running around, and they think that they may be doing a little bit more than
grass is greener.
Then they get to bouncing. But you
Right.
fall the same shit because these clubs, a lot of these clubs are the exact same club. Only difference is it's just different players in the club. But they're all the same. You're gonna still find bullshit. You're gonna still find people that's gonna backstab. You still gonna have people that's you know what I mean, you still gonna have some that's actually doing what they're supposed to do, but then you still got some that's gonna be on some bullshit. It's in every club. Every club is dysfunctional. It just is. You know what I mean? The only thing that you can do as a bro in that club is to do what you signed up to do. You know what I mean? Be the best that you can be.
You know what? I think a lot of this, believe it or not, as we're talking about this, I'll tell you where the big breakdown comes a lot of times. Not every time, but a lot of times happens like this from day one, which a lot of folks forget about that. They forget about during that hang around time because a lot of motherfuckers don't have somebody hang around. Oh, I know him. That's Rallo's cousin. Man, come on over here. Have you hang around for a week. Provy for 24 to 27 minutes and go ahead and put this patch on. And bam, now full patch member, and he didn't learn shit, right? So there's that. But what happens is the reason I'm saying that is because the hang around period is that time when you can get familiar with, without being a probie or prospect, probate, whatever you want to call them, without being a probate where you're running around taking out trash and taking miscellaneous shit from bros, making you run around like you're in boot camp or something. You actually use that hang around time to figure out who these motherfuckers are. It's a two-way street. Am I going to work good here? Is this a good fit for me? And at the same time, the club is like, hey, is this dude a good fit for us? By skipping over that process, you could avoid so much bullshit by not skipping over that process. And they do that. They do it all the time. So then you get some dude who get that grass is greener syndrome. So even though he's in your club, he's looking the other way because he never got a chance to figure out all of that shit once upon a time. And then now, flip side of the coin, now there's clubs, in my humble opinion, you got clubs who just will take anybody because they're concerned with quantity, not quality. So any mofo that show up or that answers their Facebook posts about new members, yeah, they're gonna, hey, come on over here, sign here. Now you're in there, right? And what happens is that's what creates club hoppers. You know, I know a dude named Big Cell, who was I got allergies. But I know this one dude who in the past 7 years, he's been in like 5-6 different clubs. I mean, like every 20 minutes, this dude is with a different club. Finally, he had to go and create some phony little, anyway, neither here nor there. But my point is, if you got a dude who's been and you doing your background, which you should do before you need to know who somebody is before you bring him in your club, right? So you bring somebody into the club and you find out, if you got to find out that he's been with 5 other clubs in the past 5-6 years and you bring him on anyway, it's your fault. Any headaches that happen from that dude is completely your fault. It's your fault. It's your brother's fault. Whoever the hell let it happen, it's your fault. But I'm getting off the subject though. But and I think really when we're saying it's your fault, it's Ali's fault. Because, oh wait, no, wait, damn it, no, don't say that. He on the phone. No, but okay. My point was, hey, actually, we did have a question that came in for you, Ali. Pump 17 says, what about now? All right, this is kind of interesting. Pump 17 says, what about when you're done dirty in your chapter and the the national cabinet knows about it, but does not rectify, knows about it, but does not rectify the situation. And then he says, you're not supposed to go elsewhere. So what's the situation with that?
So I would say that the nation, your whole entire nation that you were with is against you, right? Is that what that's the gist of it?
That's kind of what it sounded like.
Right. So you still need to research that and find out because you need to be able to figure out how to get out of these things, man. As a man and as a somebody that's inside of a motorcycle club, every situation is not a situation where you can't get out of. You can try to get out of the situation. You just need to backtrack, and sometimes you need to be patient and start looking at how you got into the situation you were in. You understand what I'm saying?
Right on.
So you and I, all of us, all three of us on this phone right now, have been in situations where you thought things were bleak.
Right.
You got out of them. Sometimes a little patience and a little bit of digging, you can find out ways of why this thing happened and maybe work it out. There's no you totally burnt, because that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Unless you did some fuck shit that you deserve, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? But if there's a way that if there's something that happened and it was out of your control, and you mean to tell me you ain't got no friends on the inside, nobody that can vouch for you, or you can't come up with some evidence that can fix the problem, then something's wrong.
Ooh,
something's wrong.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Pump dropping names, so I'm going to redact this a little bit because I have to recuse myself because I know somebody who he named. He says, when you have a weak national cabinet, blank name, things like that filter down to the chapter level. And so again, I'm recusing myself because I know who he was talking about. But so he's saying, wait, let me see. Where'd he go? So Pump 17 says, when you have a weak national cabinet, things like that filter down to the chapter level. So I guess that's a statement, more of a statement than it is a question. But that could be.
Let me add something to that.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happen in these chapters. And fix your camera. Fix your camera, Bo.
Oh, what? I see it. What happened? I see me.
It's just you, fucker. Fix the camera.
Oh, say what? You said fix the cabinet?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh, fix the. I thought you said fix the camera.
Right.
Like, what's the matter with the camera?
See? That's my point. Right.
The cabinet.
Right.
All right. Fix the cabinet. Okay. Yeah. So somebody said, Phoenix actually said, what happened? What's going on? Okay. Let's see. Phoenix said, whatever happened to calling the president to find out about a well, no, that's what that's the thing that Aliyah just said. Call the past president. Okay. Oh, right on. But hey, as you're saying, I'm sorry.
I think what the problem is, and I just spoke to a support club about this, is that people are not knowing. I'm gonna say knowing, because I think if more people understood the protocol when it comes to moving to another club, we wouldn't have this problem. It's up to the president to go out there and research this motherfucker. It's his job to be the eyes and ears of the outside of the club and try to figure out if this motherfucker is even worth bringing it to his bros.
You know what? And I agree with you, Ali, 100%, except for one small thing. And most, like on our level of it, there's a guy in most of the clubs whose responsibility that is.
Right.
What we do a lot of times, and I mean throughout various clubs, we drop the ball with that sometimes. Not everybody, but sometimes we drop the ball. And who it is, it's the number 3. The SA is supposed to be responsible for, let me check this motherfucker out. Like that's his job. And he's absolutely. Like on the 99 set, prospect manager is supposed to do it. On our side of the fence, the SA is supposed to do it. Hey, you coming into my shit, let me figure out who you are. I mean, I know I've done that with a whole entire, me and AB, we've done that with whole entire groups of motherfuckers, 20 at a time. Like, I need your government, I need you this, I need you that. What's your mama and them's name? Like, who the fuck are you? Let's get into it. And guess what? It makes a difference, man. It makes a big difference. And a lot of cats just don't, a lot of cats don't really, they don't make it through that process because you don't identify the bullshit.
Right.
What say you, Archbishop?
Well, first, if you fix your camera.
I got it working. Yeah, I didn't know it was fucking up, man.
That's what I was trying to tell you before. You just kept talking. I was trying to tell you. Okay. With the question that homeboy asked on there before.
Yeah.
When we about the national cabinet and all that shit. Now, one thing that you got to remember is they make bylaws for a reason. And if you know your bylaws, then it ain't nothing that anybody can go against that shit. You know what I mean? And that's usually the biggest thing. How many times I know myself, there's been plenty of times that, you know, things had to go on or whatever, that those bylaws are key. You know what I mean? What's written is what it is, not the gray areas, not the shit that, you know what I mean? Because you notice about 90% of people only look at them bylaws when they get in trouble.
Yeah, facts.
They don't read the bylaws just to know them. You know what I mean? So when shit do pop up, you can pop up a bylaw like bam. You know what I mean? This don't apply to me because of this. This
Right.
don't apply because of this. But when you don't know them bylaws, that's when you get fucked over. You know what I mean? Second part of that is now, and I'm talking about all clubs. You have people in positions that it don't matter what you know. If you're going against somebody that's a friend of theirs or whatever, then they're gonna go against you. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you don't got a little bit more clout than this motherfucker that's putting the charge on you, you're gonna wear that shit. I mean, it happens. I mean, and it happens in all clubs. You know what I mean? But the key thing is those bylaws. Because if you know your bylaws and you follow those bylaws, it's really hard for a motherfucker to get at you.
Right. No, I see what you're saying, and I think, but that's one of those things that happens too. Is just that. I think, you know, a lot of and every club is different, you know. But so you got the party clubs where you couldn't pay them $1,000 to tell you what was in the bylaws at all, and then you got other clubs where you got some bylaw bandits and some MC attorneys who know every word of that the damn bylaws, you know. And you have a tendency, and like you said though. Let somebody get jammed up and all of a sudden they turn into the jailhouse MC, jailhouse / MC lawyer. You know, they the motorcycle riding Johnny Cochran up in this motherfucker. And the funny shit is that when you try to do the cram session of the bylaws, that's when you start getting it wrong. Because you might look at A-4 and you forgot to read about the addendum to that shit, or you didn't see 6.7, which negates A.4 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, get familiar with your bylaws. So that's a whole thing there too. But going back to, what about this? Because this is something that came up recently with a friend to the show. So there's somebody that's a friend to the show. He's got a club, a successful club, been around for years, doing their damn thing in a few different places. They got a guy who's kind of salty. Let's call him salty. Salty dude is just wouldn't do right. So they told him, hey, you know, maybe this isn't a good fit for you. They didn't put him out bad, but he took the hint, laid his rags down, stepped his ass on, you know, kept it moving. Shortly after that happened, he said, well, shit, I'm going to start my own club. So he went to an associated, not a rival club, but went to another club and was like, hey, I want to start my own chapter of you guys in this town. And matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that and start coming around stealing members. And then said, hey, let's go to their big party. And when we go there, we'll meet with the other presidents from this new club. And I'm going to bring you guys over there so y'all can meet with them. And you don't have to probe you. You're going to patch for patch. And we're going to make y'all members right now. We're going to start this new chapter and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ali, what if anything was fucked up about what I said? Was it completely a good scenario or was it fucked up?
Oh, on many levels crazy. I mean, shit. So he just started building clubs up and stealing members.
Well, so what happened? This guy, we're gonna call him what we call him? Damn, I forgot the name we just named him.
Rallo.
Let's call him Rallo. So Rallo is a shitty member, and he left his original club, and
right.
A week later he connected with another club and said, hey, I want to start a chapter of you new guys in my town. And matter of fact, I'm going to bring some of these guys when y'all have your next annual. I'm bringing them over there, and I'm talking to at least 5 of these guys over here. I'm going to talk them in the jumping ship. Then we're going to go to your annual, and you got some of your presidents over there. I'm going to introduce you 5 guys to those presidents, and they're going to give you a patch. What do you say?
Well, I can tell you this: if that person that accepts them did not do this, what I just said they should be doing with that call.
Oh no, none of that.
Bounces,
No calls, no nothing. None
right.
of that.
Well, guess what? They deserve what the fuck they get then, because you should have done that work.
Okay.
You should have investigated these motherfuckers before you let them in. Now, here's the repercussions behind it. These motherfuckers got bad blood with a lot of motherfuckers. You just inherited that shit. So when you get your ass handed, guess what? You can't blame nobody but your motherfucking self.
Gotcha. No, I feel you. Pump 17 said, I agree, Archbishop 1%er. In my situation, my chapter made up a bylaw that didn't exist, and the national cabinet did nothing about it, and the national VP himself said I was screwed over.
Damn.
Yeah.
You better get out. I don't know.
Yeah.
You might want to just go, bro.
Yeah. No.
Man.
But I can't touch that one because, like I said, I got to recuse myself from it. I'll read the information, but I got to recuse myself. But say what?
Talk about. I got a good one.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, we talking about people that's leaving clubs, going into other clubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about these clubs that's bringing them in, and when they bring.
What about that? What about? Pardon me. We gotta applaud you for a minute.
All other kind of shit, national positions, president positions, all kind of shit. Bring them straight in, give them rags, and put them in charge of a club.
National cabinet, straight away.
Now,
right.
Whose fault is that? For real? Left this club and came over here, or is the motherfuckers that's coming in that's basically giving you a welcoming package for coming over here?
I seen a dude, and let me censor my shit. I seen a dude one time who was a fucked up bro of another club, and he was the president of that club. He was a joke. Left that club a week later, no kidding, a week later, had a full set and a position as the number 3 on the national cabinet of that new club. And that same dude, about a week later, got his ass tore out the frame by showing up on the set, and some folks had an issue with this dude. So long story short, he left in a bad way, went to this new club that he thought, hey, bigger, better, badder, like grass is greener type shit. But guess what? Club hopping does not give you a bulletproof vest. It does not make you 10 foot tall and bulletproof or unass beatable. Like that don't happen just because because you're a piece of shit and you went to a different club. It's what it is. That happens.
I mean, but what do you say to these clubs though that's offering, they basically gave you a fucking sign-on bonus to come over here to my club, and I'm gonna give you what do you say to them? That's the question. What do you say to them?
Wait, not a sign-on bonus.
Right. Shit, if I left this club over here and I went to this club because they didn't offer me a president spot or a national spot or a regional spot or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like of course everybody has the bro because he left this club and went to this club and whatever. What about the fucking club that offered him a damn sign-on bonus? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you say about them?
Yeah. Shit. Nah, I feel you.
Say to him.
Misunderstood down under said peace to the old man. All love to brother Big Bone and Archbishop OBO 1534E. Hey, love and respect, baby. We see you. But huh?
Give me the answer. What you gonna say?
Oh shit. Well, let me tell you. Okay, so the answer, and that is a good question. So in my humble opinion, I'm thinking like this: if you are the clown ass club that is giving out them sign-on bonuses and all that kind of stuff for a dude to come from another club. So hey, if you're gonna drop your rags like that and come over here like that tells me you have no loyalty. First of all, you know damn well on a certain level of this thing, you're supposed to sit your ass down for a year. Now that's just the protocol, that's the tradition of it. So if you don't respect protocol, you don't respect tradition, you clearly don't respect your old club for whatever reason, even if they fucked you over, how about, like Ali said, stand up, act like a fucking man and do the proper thing that is required of you based on what you agreed to do when you came into this shit. So if you're that club that's giving out them sign-in bonuses and stuff like that, lower your flag, close your clubhouse, and go join the fucking Walmart Riders or some shit like that, because your ass is a joke. And you're making your clubs worse. You're making the set worse by doing that bullshit, because there wouldn't be an expression called club hopping if motherfuckers didn't allow for club hoppers. You know, that shit needs to stop.
Right.
But I digress.
Okay. If I was in this mom and pop club over here, and I end up going into this one here, I shouldn't automatically come in this club with a leadership role. You know what I mean? I should start from ground zero and learn how this club works. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not bring my shit from this club over here. And the first thing everything that I'm gonna say in every sentence that I make to this new club is, well, when I was in this club, I did this. And I was in this club, I did this. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck with what you did over there. What are you doing over here?
Right.
Especially when you've been in these clubs for years and ain't even got that far yet. But you come in from nowhere and you get some shit that I've been sitting here 10, 12, 14 years waiting to get to. And I get stuff for this dude over here because you cool with him and you found out that he left the club. So you sitting here offering him all this other shit for him to come over here and do what? Because I think if he was fucked up over there, he gonna be fucked up over here too. It's just a matter of time before that bitch ass out. It happens.
And then you know what they do? They give that dude the Janet Jackson line, like, oh well, yeah, we was thinking about you for national, but the Janet Jackson line is, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? You know, they hit him with that shit. You're like, man, come on now. But the thing is, by the way, Bolo said, what did Bolo say? Bolo said some shit. Oh, he said, what's up, boneheads? All right, what's up, Bolo? We see you. But, you know, it's like, Biker Dog Adventure says, I think that's Wags. But he says, damn, that's all I can say. These people, I agree with Archbishop 100%. Yeah, that's facts.
Here's the other scenario.
Yeah.
You got a whole chap. So you done brought this clown in. He's a motherfucking national president. He been here a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole chapter full of bros that feel type of way about your ass, right? That's one. And two is you got a whole chapter full of bros that ain't trying to step up to the plate and ain't trying to be more than what they was when they first started.
Right.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah. Like, why do you need, if anything, it seems like you just took the wind out of a whole lot of people's sails when you grab some dude from not even an ops per se, but from another club, not even a rival club, whatever. Some club, maybe y'all fuck with him, maybe y'all didn't, whatever. But you take this dude from this other club, make him a national straight away. Mm-hmm. How many motherfuckers feel like they just got fucked over? You know, how many dudes are gonna be like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna start phoning it in. I'm not gonna ride as much. I'm not gonna do this as much. I'm not gonna show up as much. I'm not gonna, y'all got a problem? You got a beef? No, that's your beef. That's your problem. Because let that new national take care of it. Let's see what he can do by his damn self.
That's the reason why a lot of people go from being head on 100% into the club, and then they start slacking off, and then they start missing meetings, and then they stop riding, then they stop participating, because you got people that's in these chapters. When they all actually start, everybody has a legitimate good that they want to offer to the chapter. They really do.
Right. Yeah.
And over time, once you've been fucked over or backstabbed or whatever, and you start taking a step back and a step back and a step back, pretty soon, by the time that you keep stepping back, eventually you out the door. You know what I mean? So what else is left? Okay, I'm gonna turn around and keep walking. That's what happened. You know what I mean? Because everybody has something to offer to every chapter. Everybody has something to offer. When you put all that stuff together and put it on the table, then that way everybody, at that point, you got a meal and everybody eats. But when you purposely start leaving people out, you purposely start putting bylaws in place to fuck people over, because that's a bad thing too, because people will make bylaws up not for the betterment of the chapter, but to fuck over individuals in the chapter. You know what I mean? So you got to go through that part. You know what I mean? That shit has to be weeded out. You know what I mean? Because it's not just about you. It's about everybody. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when you put these bylaws in there like that, where you deliberately trying to come after somebody, it ends up coming back on you. Every time something's going to come up, and that bylaw is going to be the bylaw that fucks you over. I've seen it happen numerous times. But when you bring these people in from these other chapters, and I mean, you got to look past the fact that he's your boy. You know what I mean? You have to look at, okay, why is he leaving this club? You know what I mean? Right. He may leave in good standing, but what was your reason for leaving though? You know what I mean? Because think about it. If you've been in the club for as long as we've been in these clubs, I'm telling you, in my mind, I done quit 1,000 motherfucking times. 1,000 times I done walked in there like, fuck this shit. You know, I'm done with this. And then I turn around the next day, or I had a phone call with a bro or whatever, and they don't know what I'm thinking, but it's something that they said that made me like, you know what? This shit ain't about me. You know what I mean? Because if I go, then what's going to happen to the other bros here? What am I putting out to them? So I keep.
No. Hey, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I think I did some magical shit right there. I think. Hey, Ali, are you still there? Ali, you still there? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Pac, you still there? Or Pac, you there?
Yeah. What's
all right.
Up,
hey, all right. I gotta pretend like I didn't actually answer the phone like I did. So let me do it. Hey, hi, caller. You've reached the Big BoneYard. You got Big Bone 1%er. You got Archbishop 1%er, and you got Ali Allah 1%er on the line here at the Big BoneYard. Who's calling, please?
Oh, this is Pac, man. How you doing today?
The fuck, Pac? I'm so surprised. All right, yeah. Damn, I don't know if I can say the N word over here. I think, yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. You went camping today?
We went like the whole week. Our whole club went. We was going camping and boating and all that shit. It was a good time.
I dig the way y'all do it, man. See, I had a whole bunch of jokes I was getting ready to say about black people pretending to be homeless, but you just threw the club in there, so I don't want no shit. So I'm gonna clean it up and say, hey, I hope y'all had a good time. I got to do it like that now. See how you did me? Did me wrong,
exactly.
Man. Yo,
no, I didn't, man. You good?
No, I feel you, brother.
Hey, so I got a good analogy for you.
Yeah.
About the club shit, of people leaving clubs, and then I'm gonna get off the phone because I think y'all gonna get a kick out of it. Have you ever in your whole life watched the mob movie? When they a mafia movie.
Oh yeah.
So when these cats join the mob, it's blood in, blood out, right?
Facts.
Now there are times when people in the mob don't agree with the boss, but you never hear of a Gambino going to join the Genovese's mob.
Yeah.
What do? They get the mob boss out of there.
Facts.
You know why? Because you pledge your loyalty to what you pledge it to, and you can't go switching sides when shit get rough.
Right. Because then you a snitch, you a rat, all that.
No, not even being a snitch and a rat. It's just the fact of, I mean, if you think about it, when people switch up, it's always something that was wrong in their eyes. But do you run from something that you claim you love, or do you stay pat and make it better?
Facts.
That part.
That
part. But I would like for somebody to watch any mob movie and show me when a Gambino left and went to another mob family.
Yeah,
the
Gambinos. Yeah, the Gambinos don't go to the Lucchese's. Hey, what's up, Night Stalker? I see you, Cecil. But yeah, you don't see the Gambinos going to the Lucchese's. The Lucchese's don't go to the Elefantes, or it don't happen.
You know why? Because they pledge their loyalties to something, and they would rather kill the dude that's bringing it down need to go be something else that they know that they're not.
Right.
You feel me?
Facts. Yeah. No, that's it,
Listen,
man.
what you got to say about that? That was a good one. You know you like that one, Bishop. You thought of that one. Tell the truth.
Got it. What you got to say,
Come
AB?
on, say something now.
Say it. Give it to us. What you got, AB?
You know what?
You can't say nothing. That was
I really
you got that motherfucker right.
You
I ain't never seen my team fine.
You fucked them up with that
I
one.
can tell you this. I can tell you this though.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of those guys, the Goombas
Yeah.
in Brooklyn, and I can tell you the real reason why they don't jump ship is because when you got that last name, you are that family, and you won't be accepted on the other side. You'll be nothing but a bitch or a bitch if you go to that other side.
Yeah.
Period. So you have no wins to go there. So yeah, you got no choice but to. And here's the other part: you can't just go whacking off the motherfuckers
Without
that
permission.
you think is fucked up. Exactly.
Yeah. But yo,
Okay, and then,
Ali.
and you know what? And to that, Ali, what you said is 100% right.
100,
right?
yeah.
You got that last name. But when you throw these colors on your back, you pick up that name. You feel me?
Facts.
So when you pick up that name, that says it all. That's where your loyalty, everything goes to that name. Because if you're quick to give your loyalty away to the first motherfucker that comes along, you wasn't meant to be with us anyway.
Facts. Yo,
AB, what you got? AB, I'm
Hey,
killing you tonight. What you got?
hey, let me tell you this. Hold on. Wait.
It's camping.
Wait, let me tell you this right quick. So the reason I said earlier, I said, oh, because you's a snitch, you's a rat. The reason I said that is because back in the day, and Ali just kind of hit on it. So I worked with a certain family for a number of years after I got out of the Marine Corps, and I was doing my thing. And it's funny because I got a good tan. That's not ordinarily a thing that happens, but friend of a friend, it went the way that it went. And the thing that I learned with these motherfuckers is that don't happen. They do not switch sides. If they come into it, that's how they leaving the earth. Like it's not a thing where, and if they did, just the thought of that, they want to off their damn self before somebody else does it even worse and nastier, because that's what's going to happen. You don't leave that shit, and I'm not saying, and I don't want to liken the MC set too heavily to that, but the level of loyalty that's supposed to be there. Me and Archbishop had a big old debate, military debate today with some we was a part of a debate, I should say. The thing is, though, in the military, you have a certain sense of, you have what we call in the Marine Corps esprit de corps. Ali, you was there. We have what we call esprit de corps. You have a certain code, a certain way of thinking, a certain amount of loyalty to your organization and to the America. You actually make your oath of office or your oath of enlistment, or if your officer is your oath of commission, but it loosely says that you promise to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And it goes on about a whole bunch of other stuff. But long story short, you make an actual pledge that I'm with this shit. I'm with all of it. And that,
you know what, though?
That don't go away just because you mad one day.
But you know what? And that's 100%. And the only reason why I brought up the mob shit, because that's like, as MCs, we all done watch movies like that. We done watch everything. And you know what I'm saying? But if you even take it to the, like you said, the United States Armed Forces, you don't be a Marine one day and don't like how your superior made you scrub the barracks and say, I'm finna unenlist and go join the Air Force.
Right.
You say, you know what? I'm gonna get my stripes up. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and I'm gonna make change.
Right.
You feel me?
On. Yeah, right on.
So I think this, Bone, this is what I think. I think it comes down to this. In every organization, you can choose to be in that organization, see the things that are wrong, make a conscious effort to be the change that you want your MC to be.
Right.
But if you bow out, then you wasn't 100% with the change that you wanted to be. But I promise you, just because you leave one MC and they do allow you on another one, everything ain't always what it's cracked up to be. You know what I mean? And when you say somebody is your bro, this is my family, this is my bro, you can't just I don't think you just throw it all away because it didn't go the way you wanted to.
Hey,
you feel me?
No, yo, I feel you. And let me throw out a couple of things real quick. One, anybody wants to call in, please give a ring to 310-870-8994. Of course, we definitely want to hear from you. We're going to have y'all hang on just for a second, but while we're going to take a quick station identification, which is not a real thing, but we're going to do that real quick. But while we're doing that, I want to throw out the question for everybody to ponder. How come Archbishop won't answer doggone Pac's question? I just don't know why that is. But we're going to figure that out.
But the answer, what he said was 100. You don't need the answer.
Yo, all right. All right. Hey, y'all hang on 1 second. Let's go ahead and run this shit right quick.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.
And see, that's like I said, it's not a real station identification, but it's from Fran Hash, our sponsor, which love her to doggone death. She'd be holding us down. But also, I want to say, if you're watching, it's a lot of people watching tonight. So if y'all could take about 4 seconds, seriously, right now, take about 4 seconds, hit the like button. If you have not shared this show with somebody, share the show with somebody, everybody on your social media and like that. Put it out there, and, because we want to hear from all kinds of different folks. Even after the show, we can still see the comments and whatnot. So y'all hit us up and let us know what's what. All right, stand by 1 second. Let's see who we got calling in right quick. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hey, hello, and thank you for calling the Big BoneYard. You got a few folks. You got Big Bone 1%er, Archbishop 1%er, Ali Allah 1%er, and Pac from doggone Minot, North Dakota, Ice Cold Riders. Who's this? Well, man, that was a great introduction that I did, and the phone dropped. So, damn, that's good. I need to do that like 3-4 more times because that shit was cool.
That was nice.
Yeah. I felt like I knew what I was doing right then. Shit. I need to do that more often. Shit.
Hey, you know what I was thinking about on that commercial break? That wasn't a commercial break.
Right.
It's what I was thinking. Hold on, I was lighting the camera. About to get you on a good one, Bishop. You got something for this one. So, say for instance, you don't like how something is going. You don't have the wherewithal to weather the storm, and get the ship the way that it's supposed to be. That's when you get dudes that say, you know what, I'm going to go and join something, or I'm going to stand on my own and start something. Which one you think is the better choice?
Good question.
What was the option again? What was the choice?
What did you say?
He said, what are the choices again? He's saying.
So if you can't, so say for instance, you don't like the way something is going, you can't stand it, you can't stay there and get the ship going correctly, what is the better choice? To join something else and get disillusioned when it don't be what you thought it would be? Or would it be better to try to start something yourself?
You know what? Me.
That's a great question, right?
Me personally.
Ali said he don't believe you can do it. Ali said you can't answer that question. It's too hard.
I'm getting ready to answer. You shut the fuck up.
I want to say something. I'm going to let Bishop say it.
All right, go ahead.
Me personally, I wouldn't do neither. Because if I was in a club and I didn't like none of the shit that was going on, and I actually put forth effort to try to make this shit better, and I just got to the point that like, fuck it, I just can't do this shit no more, I'm not going to start another club. I'm just going to walk for good. Because my thing is, I'm not going to run to another club. The reason why is because, you know what I mean, I joined this club. You know what I mean? So when I joined this club, I'm in this club for the duration. Mind you, I may get pissed off at the club. Mind you, I may have my own thoughts about certain motherfuckers in the club, whatever. But I still got to hold the line. Reason being, because I'm a fucking soldier in this club. I still got to hold the line no matter what the fuck I think. You know what I mean? But when I get to the point that...
Give him a round of applause on that one. Give him a round of applause.
Hey, damn right. I was listening so hard I forgot to hit the button.
I can't deal with that shit no more. And I mean, I done got to the point that where I done wore all my options. I'm done with that shit. Then I'm done. Like I'm done. You know what I mean? I'ma still ride my shit. I'ma still fuck with the people that I know, but I'm done.
Right. Yeah, because that's the
so
thing
what I
too.
was gonna
No,
say-
go ahead, Ali. I'm sorry.
But I was going to say, and yes, Bishop, you 1,000%. It is a great question. So what I was going to say is the other misconception that a lot of people have, which is, oh, I can just start my own club. It ain't that easy.
That part.
Right. Yeah, and look,
You
and depending on where you are, it might be impossible.
Right. Exactly.
You know.
And you might get, well, I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be real hard.
But you know the crazy. I'm sorry, Ali. Go ahead.
But you might find something a little bit better that somebody might see in you to push you towards. I'm gonna say it that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm driving
Right.
and I can't text.
But
Okay.
you know the craziest
Because
thing
every time I
is
touch
that
my
this
phone,
is the
you yell
craziest
at me.
thing that people, the biggest misconception. Everybody think being in a motorcycle club, you ride around, you go to the bar, you get drunk. Now you do have those type of cats, but once you say, you know what, we're a club.
Frost,
You
stop
know,
talking
we
for a
want all the
second.
benefits.
No, not you, bro. I was telling Frost to stop talking for a second. No, go ahead, Pac.
When you say you want all the benefits of a club, what do? You write that letter and you say, hey, IRS, we want to be tax exempt because we like these benefits. Then you pick up that stature of not just being an MC, but you start become a business, right? So as a business to run it, where are you going to get your money from? Now, this is the biggest disconnect. It's fun when you riding down the highway, right? But if you got 20 bros, and you told them today, hey, we riding to, where you at, Florida, we going to ride to Michigan. Out of 20 of those bros, 15 might have the money, 5 don't. Where is that money going to come from? It falls back into your business, and we are a group of businessmen. We make money to put into whatever we think for us up here is the community and the kids. For somebody else, it might be ALS. Somebody else, it might be wounded veterans. You make money to put into the things that you care about, but yet and still you take care of your own. So it's not just glitz and glamour riding around the bike. What do we say, Bone? Is either you open up your clubhouse or you have a business that generates money that helps the club. You have a clubhouse, you open it up certain times to generate money, or you off doing some illegal shit. But either way it goes, as businessmen and an MC, you have to generate money because that money does more. It not only it provides help for your community or whatever purpose you choose to help, but it helps your bros. But the problem is everybody want to ride bike, everybody want to drink, everybody want to cross state lines, but everybody don't got the money to do it. And when it comes time to put the work in, that's when the fucking everybody gets they get a misconception of, oh, I didn't sign up for this. But, oh, yeah, you signed up for it because you prospecting. You was the motherfucker at the door patting people down. So you knew what it was. So I just think people got to understand, man, being an MC, it ain't just, oh, we ride bike, we going to drink beer, or we going to do a cookout. If you a group of people and you want to make a change, what are you going to change? How are you going to change it? Where are you going to get the money? Because everything is based on money and time. And then once you figure it out, you dedicate yourself to that. And as you prospecting and hanging around, if it ain't for you, don't do it. But as soon as you throw them rags on, you say it's for you, and you can't change. You're not supposed to change your family just because the shit get hard. That's when you do like Bishop say, you dig in, you put it down, or you walk away and say, fuck all this, I ain't participating.
Yeah. So Frost said a thing a second ago, and that was no matter what, don't badmouth your old club. And then followed right behind him, Ghost Eagle said, best thing to say when asked why you left, what reason you left for is, hey, it wasn't a good fit for me. And that's something you can say, that it don't matter whether you left 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago. It's not a good fit for me, because now, guess what? You ain't supposed to be talking club business anyway, right? So just because you not in that club no more, and even if you were considering a year later going somewhere else, Do you want to be that motherfucker who runs your mouth, who's known for running your mouth and talking shit about these guys and everything else? Now you just look like a little salty bitch who, oh, I'm mad at them. You're a bitch now because you can't stop talking about them, you know, like a jilted lover or like a ex-wife or some shit, right? That's who the hell you become right now. But hey, in the meantime, speaking of Frost, Frost, you on the phone? Frost. All right, he was on the phone. All right, well, he ain't there no more. Yeah, damn. All right, we be having technical difficulties, but these folks calling in. He was there for a minute. I told him, hey, stop talking for a minute, Frost, and now he's gone. Anyway, neither here nor there. But no, I think you know, it seems like if we was to put it in a nutshell, basically is so. The first question is, can you go? Matter of fact, we got a bit of a panel right now, so let's go around the panel and see. First question. So is it cool to go to another club? And if so, under what circumstances? Let's go Ali first. What you say?
I would say after you've cleaned up your own mess, meaning that if you had any bad ill will towards anybody in the club or however you left, you want to try to leave in the best condition. It's kind of like having a job. You don't want to leave the job, get fired for the job. When you go to try to get another job, guess what? They call you references, right?
Right.
They call the fucking actual job that you said, fuck y'all motherfuckers, I'm out of here. I just, fuck all y'all. So they're going to call that job. You want to leave. I think you should leave in the best condition that you possibly can, within reason. Because, if you go into a club and they are checking, which I would want to be going to a club, which they are checking motherfuckers that's coming in. I wouldn't want to go somewhere where they're not. Because all you're doing is jumping from the frying pan into the fire with that shit.
Yep. Right on. No, I feel you. Pac. So Pac, what say you?
What say me?
So yeah, in a nutshell, is it cool to go to another club? And if so, under what circumstances? If not, why so?
I say the only circumstance to me is, so say for instance, you was in Ice Cold Riders and you was good, everything was groovy, but you met some ones and that appealed to you and they liked you and you thought, you know what, I love it here, I love my bros, but I want to step up.
I want that diamond.
If you step up to something like that, it's like you was on the JV and now you're getting to go varsity. Fuck that, you finna go to the NBA. You feel me?
Right on.
I can't be mad at you, but to just go to something that's basically the same, and it's not a step up because no matter where you go, it's a step down because your bros is your bros. You feel me?
Right.
And now you're gonna have to build those bonds all over again if they can be built. So the only I just think that if it ain't for you, step away. But I think if you want to make that step up to the ones, do your thing. But I just warn everybody, when you make that step up to the ones, it's a totally different life. When y'all say get on the bike and go, y'all got to get on the bike and go. It don't matter about work. It don't matter about my leg hurt. It's like you got to go. You feel me? So you got to be careful what you wish for.
All right. Facts. Archbishop, what say you, sir?
I think that, if people just have to if you got to do it just to do it, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Because you think about it like this: if you that upset that you got to go and that you feel like you need to go, then just fucking go. You know what I mean? Now, one thing though is that if you're in a club, usually the first 5 tell whether or not you're gonna be in that club for the duration.
Right.
Gonna be gone. Usually, if you make it 5 years, if you make it to your 5th year, you there. You know what I mean? Because you already done seen in those 5 years the good, the bad, and the ugly. You already know what it is. So at that point, it's like, you just following right on along. You know what I mean? Because you do your 5 and then you pushing for another 5 and then you pushing for another 5. You know what I mean? Because once you make that 5, it's like you got to a point to where, you know what, I done seen just about everything going on that could go on. You know what I mean? And you, at that point, you should already be in your stride as to what you're doing for that prospective club. You know what I mean? Whether you are or you're a secretary or whatever. You know what I mean? You already pushing at that point in time.
Okay.
I think that a lot of people, like, they leave, like they be there a year, they leave, go to another club, 6 months, go to another club, 6 months. Like, what did you actually experience besides just your chapter shit? You know what I mean? You didn't experience everything in 6 months or a year's time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to come out, you know, sometimes, a lot of times, we get in our own way when it comes to certain shit because you get in your feelings. And you get in your feelings, and a lot of people wear their feelings on their sleeve. Not everybody's as tough as they say they are. You know what I mean? A lot of them tender dicks. And we know this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the first time something go wrong, don't go their way or whatever, then they quick to want to run. That's just what it is.
Yep.
Everything you have to give time to. You got to give time to your job. You got to give time to your relationship. You got to give time to this club. Everything you have to give time to. You know, everything is not going to be peaches and cream all the fucking time. You know what I mean? That's when you have to go in and actually, if you don't like the way the game is played, then change the way the game is being played.
Okay. And how do you do that?
Put your own shit involved. You know what I mean? Change the rules. I mean, not the rules, but change the narrative as to what's going on.
Okay, there you go. Right
So,
on.
so if it's stuff that's going on that's this way, and you know that it's going wrong, then get yourself in a position to where you're able to change the narrative and steer it back in the right direction. Don't just leave. You know what I mean? Because if you leave, the shit's still going the wrong way.
But you know what though, Bishop? Well, Bishop, going the wrong way is a matter of opinion, right? Because if you got one person upset about something, you guys know this word. What is the word? When two people get together and they start talking. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, the government calls that conspiracy.
not. It's not. It's not.
What do you mean?
I'll think of the word in a minute. But if one person sees something wrong, that's his opinion. But when he starts talking to another person and they don't check him, now you got two people to see something wrong, right?
Oh yeah.
But you might have 15 people that everything is Gucci, and one motherfucker to see something wrong.
Right.
Now, everybody not gonna have the same opinion, or everybody's not gonna see everything. You gotta agree to disagree. And if I'm the person that sees something wrong, I'm gonna agree to disagree, but I'm gonna change it. And the only way to change it is this. This is what I think. Be who you was when you was a prospect. When you was a prospect, you was the first motherfucker there. You was the last motherfucker to leave. You didn't talk back.
That part.
Everything you did to be a part of that club and make that club be the best it could be, you did it when you was a prospect. Go back to that mentality instead of the mentality of I'm a member and it need to go this way. Right. And I think once people go back to that mentality, they'll make a change just by their fucking action. Here is a member. Here's a board member. Here is a sergeant at arms sweeping off this clubhouse. The first one is to show up when his brother need help. You feel me?
Right.
That's how you fix the situation. But to run away from it, to me, that's nothing. Because like it's a big ass poster say it doesn't. It's like some waves. It's a poster. I seen this shit when I was in jail in my counselor's office. It doesn't matter what you do when the sea is calm. It's what you do as a leader when there's waves in the ocean. It was a big ass storm on the picture, and that's what matters the most.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Bishop, I'm on it tonight. You ain't looking at me.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm like,
look,
I'm spitting this tea tonight.
Look, Pac, you getting in. So you know what? I'll throw another one. Marie said something that kind of I dig this because y'all know I'm very anti. I'm a racist. I'm practically a KKK member against club hoppers. But so she said something that spoke to me. She said, in my organization, if you bounce around like that, and people start thinking you're an agent. And God knows that's definitely my way of thinking. I'm like, when they bouncing around like that and they done been 5 clubs in 5 years or 3 clubs in 5 years, I'm going to look at you a little funny. You got more than that. And you've been around less than 10 years and you got 18 different clubs. Now, if it's a natural progression is different. what I mean by natural progression, I mean is, so you started with a family club, you went to, family club, party club, you go to a support club, go from the support club to the doggone to the ones, right? So you go get you a diamond. That's a natural progression, even throwing another one there. But if you're talking about, I'm talking lateral moves, like you were saying earlier, Pac, not stepping up, but stepping left and right.
Right.
If you stepping left and right, and you got a whole bunch of them, you got 4 of those in 5 years, you got 10 of those, you got 8 of those in 10 years. Okay, you wasn't nowhere long enough to make any real connections, any real, establish real brotherhood, and you certainly ain't a trustworthy individual. Who the fuck are you? Is what I'm wondering right now. So,
Right.
that's the way my brain works, is like, who the fuck are you? Because you hadn't been nowhere long enough for nobody to know who the hell you really are. But that's just me. That's what Marie said.
You know what?
Yeah.
Since Pac been firing on all cylinders tonight, I got one. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Get him.
Is it about Rallo? Is it about Rallo?
Now, you remember?
Go ahead.
When you were just talking and you said that if one person sees that something is wrong, and then they talk to someone else, and that's 2 people, right? Okay.
Right.
Put this into perspective. Now, let's say, for instance, that the one person who says the shit is wrong is actually a seasoned member of this club. And the ones that he's saying that's wrong is the ones that's just now say he comes into a chapter and everybody in this chapter are new bros who haven't been around, who really don't know shit, and ain't been around long enough to know shit, and ain't been outside the state long enough to know shit. But you got this one who comes in that's been around, that knows how the shit is, and you telling them, okay, this is the way it's supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to go. This is not how it's supposed to go. Now, once you say too much, now you like an enemy of the fucking chapter because you saying too much. But what you saying is fact. So my question is that even though this one person may be the one saying that this is wrong, but based on what he knows and what he brings into that chapter, especially a new chapter, how is anybody else going to say whether or not he's actually right or he's actually been a troublemaker when in fact they don't know shit?
Okay.
I'll tell you like this. And this is the word I was looking for. It wasn't conspiracy, it's dissension. When one person talks to another person comparing to a side, then that person talks to another person, you have dissension. But here's the clear-cut case of everything. I had an issue, right? I had an issue where I was ready to go to rough up on motherfuckers that was a part of my organization because it wasn't right. And I was like, God damn, I was that mad. But you know what you do? You pull out the rules. You don't have to be mad. The rules state it all. The bylaws.
Yes.
If somebody is doing something wrong, I don't gotta talk to nobody else. I need to read my bylaws. When it comes time for church, they say, "Do anybody got anything they want to bring to the floor?" I say, "Yeah, this motherfucker been doing this. According to our bylaws, this. I have proof, this. I would like to bring this motherfucker up on charges. You got 3 days to come back so we can get this shit aired out. And here go the rules that say that I'm right." So you don't, and that's how you handle things. But when you have a problem and you go whispering behind closed door, even if you know the facts, that to me is hoish. You know what I mean? Because I want to stand up in front of everybody with the bylaws in my motherfucking hand and say, here go the rules. You ain't doing your job as a member of this club because of this, and this. According to our bylaws, he got 3 days to come up with a defense. And if he ain't doing it, this is how we going to put it down. But don't go starting, just because you know something's right. Okay, you might can say, you know what? Let me try to talk to the VP. You talk to the VP, that's not dissension. But when you talk to somebody that's on the same level as you, now you can start a coup, you can start a cancer. But if you talk to the VP and nothing don't change by the time you come to church, pop out their motherfucking bylaws. And if your organization was right when they wrote them bylaws, it's gonna have everything in there for every situation. And if it don't have anything in this situation, that's when you call a meeting and you say, hey, we got this going on. I would like to propose amendment because of this. We don't address it in our bylaws.
Right.
And you know what happened? People will raise their hand and say, yay, I second it, and it'll be law. And then you go from there. But to make that short and sweet, don't talk to nobody. Just bust a motherfucker out with the rules. Because the rules will keep you, or the rules will get you up out this motherfucker.
Yo,
Preach.
facts.
There you go, Bishop. What up? Come on, Bishop. Come on. I'm smoking these camels today. I got you. Hey,
Ali.
You're 100% right. You're 100% right. And I'm going to tell you what, there's a saying. If you do something right the first time, you ain't got to look back over your shoulder the second time.
Damn.
So
Facts.
When you start your chapter, you got to have those bylaws right. How do you know your bylaws is right? You go to somebody who got some good-ass bylaws and you ask them, and you do your best to try to figure out. There got to be some OGs around that you can talk to. You know, how do you learn how to be a sergeant at arms? How do you learn how to be a secretary? How you look? There's nobody in your chapter really probably couldn't tell you. So you got to go outside. Sometimes you got to ask questions. You got to try to figure this thing out so you can be the best you that you possibly could be. So with that said, you can bring that back to your organization and become more and make sure that and build your chapter up.
Right
Hey,
on.
Ali.
Right on.
Ali, you with it. And the craziest thing that you said that when I became president of this club, man, I didn't know shit. Everything was like, everything to me was like disrespect. Everything, right?
That ain't safe for you too, because
Pac, you know what though?
Like, Pac got them hands, so that was probably a dangerous time for folks.
But you know what it took though, Bone? It took me being humble.
Yeah.
It took me being humble. And I could go to the ones up here, and you know the ones that's up here.
Yeah.
I could ask them, and we would sit down and chop it up, and woo. And once you start being humble, then you don't got to resort to violence all the time because the rules is a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rules, and that big-ass word that we always use, protocol. That shit been around before we got here and when we going to leave. And once you can understand that shit can work in your favor, and you ain't got to do no sneaky shit.
Yeah, facts. Yo, Pac, misunderstood from down under, says Pac coming with that heat tonight. And Ghost Eagle said, we all came together under the same common bond, the love of the open road, the freedom, the companionship, the sticking it to the norm, outlandish bullshit. We stood against politics. So, and then 1906 Phenom said, no disrespect for the improper spelling, but Pac needs his own ism. He drops knowledge. Pac spitting bars. All right.
Hey, but you know the cool thing about this MC shit, it's like we say we don't want politics, right?
Yeah.
But this shit is the most political shit ever.
What?
And as a president,
you
already know. You politicking like a motherfucker. And it's so cold because in my club I can't vote unless it's a tie, right?
Yeah.
So when we have a meeting, if I wanna pick up green garbage bags, in that meeting, I gotta be passed it on the forum floor, state my case, come up with good rebuttals, and then ask for a vote. You know what I mean? It's politicking it's politicking within your club to get your club to go in the direction that you want to do. It's politicking, which is another word for protocol, when you ride through another area, you know what I'm saying? Or when you want to walk up and talk to a president. It's all politicking, and as much we don't want to do it, we do it. And because we do it, we have a better fucking union than United motherfucking States, because those rules and politics put in place, that's shit that we can't change. I mean, when you go and you throw them politics or those shits to the left and you go deviate from the norm, then it's issues and repercussions that come along with that. You know what I mean?
Yo, look.
So I think the politics in the art and what we got, which we call protocol, is a good thing because it helps us stay on a straight path.
Look, you said, and actually you touched on something that you said the last time you was on the show. You talked about, you said, you said this last show. I remember you said, I am a politician. I don't get a vote. You goes, if I want something to go a certain way, I got to go out there and be talking to this dude and like woo, woo, woo with this cat. And then got to do the same thing with that cat over there. And then this dude over here, I'm like, yo, here's what's up, woo, woo, woo on this thing. And then next thing you know, maybe this vote goes my way, but you don't actually get a vote. Frost said he's calling you. He said the bars you dropping, he's calling it Pac's Proverbs. And Diva says, politicking like a motherfucker. Pac is wild. And Frost says 1906 phenom, excuse me, said Frost for the win. And Marcus Green said, hypothetically speaking, I've been in an MC where only one or two members were willing to voice an issue that was in clear violation of the bylaws. Everybody else was content with what's going on. What the fuck do you do in a situation where something's fucked up, something's going against the bylaws, and ain't nobody saying shit? What do you do? Let's take that to Ali. What you say, sir?
So you do know that the body has the power, right?
Right on. Yes, sir.
So guess what? If my body decides that we're gonna go trick or treating on fucking Halloween, guess what I'm going to do? Buy my motherfucking suit because I'm going trick or treat.
Right on. Right on.
It's fucked up, but guess what? I ride for my bros. Big
that
Bone,
part. Right on.
You already know.
Pac, what you say?
I agree with him. You know what I'm saying? The only thing is, like, if you know that it ain't right, and you got that paper in your hand, and you speaking up, and it ain't right, and ain't nobody saying nothing, it's like, okay, I want to see you, because what you doing is going to bring a downfall to us, and I'm not going to go down with this ship. So we finna take these cuts off, and we finna get down. And if we got to come to that, it's going to come to that if it's that serious to me. And for you other bros that didn't say nothing, y'all some bitches to me. And you know, maybe in a year or two, you will show me who you really are. But nigga, you got to speak up. You got to speak up. That's the one thing we got as men, as human beings. When we see something that's wrong, if you don't speak up, you ain't worth nothing to me. You know what I mean? Even if it's even worse when you speak up, and it's the hardest thing to do. You feel me?
Right on. So in the Marine Corps, we used to call that Potter's Field, and people say, "Where the hell is Potter's Field? Is that like in Georgia?"
That's a real
or
thing.
Yeah, Potter's Field is wherever the hell you say it is. It might be behind the chow hall. It might be next to the Connex box. It might be out there in the middle of the fucking desert. But that's when two Marines. It don't matter what your rank is, because when you go to Potter's Field, you take anything with a rank insignia on, anything with a Marine Corps emblem on, you take that shit off. And two grown ass men, two Marines, get in that circle, and you got 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is, whatever they say. You got that much time to work out your issues. Here's the thing: if I beat your ass, I don't give a fuck if I said your mama's a hoe. If I beat your ass when we leave that circle, guess what? Your mama's a hoe. You gonna buy me a beer. We gonna drink some beer, and we gonna shake it out, hug it out, and we done with it. That shit is over, and your mama's a hoe until you can beat my ass about it, right? And then vice versa. If you beat my ass, then guess what? I'm apologizing. I always like Miss Miller. She's a nice woman. She's a decent woman. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Miss Miller's not a hoe, right? That's how you get down.
About that though, Bone?
Yeah.
And y'all might understand that people these days, they not into getting an ass whooping, and they not into giving an ass whooping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. When I never forget it. 10 years old, walking home from elementary, these motherfuckers was bullying me every day. I went in the house. My grandma said, "Them little niggas outside." I said, "I ain't going out there. You know they trying to whoop on me." She said, "Either you gonna go outside and you gonna get your ass whooped by them, or whoop some ass, or you gonna stand here and I'm gonna whoop your ass." I went out that yard. They was out there hollering, "Come out the grandmama yard, come in the street." I went out that yard with my grandmother, my great grandmother, my uncle, my 3 aunties. Get them, boop, bap, boop, bap, boop, bap, boop. And once I got beat up one time, I said, okay, I'm going to catch these little niggas one at a time. And by the time I got to the seventh grade, each one of them little fools that roughed me up at my grandma's house got touched up. But people are afraid of that, man. And no, I don't think violence is the key to everything.
Yes, you do. You from LA. That's all y'all do in LA.
But you know what though? No, it ain't, because
No, I'm just playing.
It's a stronger person. It takes a stronger man to sit down and have a conversation than it takes a man to slap somebody upside their head in the middle of a bar. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
Certain things is just on GP, general principle. You say something crazy to my wife and you know she my wife, nigga, I'm gonna fuck you up on GP. You do something to my kids or try to run up in my house, when I catch you, I'm finna fuck you up on GP. You accost my club brother when he's by himself, I'm finna fuck you up on GP. But
I'm with
if
you.
there's like you bump into me, excuse me, man. Oh man, that's cool. Excuse me, I'm such and such. So we don't always gotta revert to it, but when you do revert to it, you put it down in such a way that you leave a fucking pattern of fear on whoever saw it that they never want to try again. But before it gets to that part, we need to understand that a lot of people wasn't raised by a grandma like mine or a mom like yours or a dad or a mom that would like get out there and defend yourself. So people don't even know how to do that these days, and that's the fucked up part about it.
Yeah, it's actually sad. I do want to say though, well, Pop, quick question. Who made that brisket at your house that time?
I did, man. My grandmama taught me how to cook. You forgot?
Okay. The reason I was going to say is because whoever made that brisket, I'm going to defend them with my life. I'm going to fight folks if somebody fuck with you because you did make that brisket needs to live on. So if I need to defend you for this,
can I tell you what? I'm gonna give y'all some game. What y'all could tell y'all grandkids and y'all kids. My grandma told me as a man when I was like 7 years old, if you can cook, clean, and wash your clothes and iron and sew, if your woman leave you, let her go if you don't want her, because you can do bad by you can take care of yourself.
Right.
That's some real shit, my grandma. So man, I'll be up in this motherfucker chefing up everything. You come out here, Bishop. You might not want to leave. I'm telling you, you might try to build you a tiny house in my backyard, homie.
You gonna fuck up his gymnasium figure and shit. You gonna fuck it up if you go out there.
My grandma ain't gonna have no big head girl. Gotta take care of you. You gonna do your own shit. You know what I mean? So,
right.
Everybody know I'm very fucking self-sufficient. I don't need you for what I need you for. But that's it.
Right on. Hey, keep.
But no,
go ahead.
Fox said something where he said that it takes a bigger person to actually be able to communicate, which is great. That is absolutely true. Because a lot of times you can get a lot of shit solved with just a simple community, just a simple talk, as opposed to having
conversation.
Right, instead of having to get it to somebody. But also know that a good ass whooping ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Sometimes
facts.
Just need it. You know what I mean?
I got a question for you, Bishop. Bishop, a question for you. What do you do when they run? Well, I got a question for you. What do you do when they run from that ass whooping though? When they duck and dive?
Yo, that happens. I know who you're talking about, damn it.
You really want to know what happens?
Yeah.
You run from that ass whooping, then I'm gonna whoop your brother and everybody else I know that fuck with you until your ass come out. For real.
There you go.
You Genghis Khan ass motherfucker.
Look. Why do you think? Why do you think he's got the part in the movie as being the fucking the livingest killer in the whole damn movie? Because he don't have to act. he don't have to act. He's just doing what the fuck he do. But
a lot of times, I don't say a lot of shit, and when I do, you know what I mean, it's because I just need to say it. Most of the time, I don't say nothing. Thanks to Zoloff. Okay. Now, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you something. Zoloff has kept many people from getting that ass to this very day. Zoloff has kept people coming home since 1975. And I'm gonna tell you, in the days that I don't take it, everybody knows it. You know what I mean? So, like I said, you know, like my 20s and 30s, it was no talk. We just fighting. You know what I mean? Now, I know Mom on here right now, and she can contest to some shit because she knows about the times the motherfucker come to the house, you know what I mean, talking about Bishop done fucked them up, or they done walked up in the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, Bishop sitting on your couch waiting on your ass to come up in there. That shit happens. You know what I mean?
Right
now, as of 2 years ago, thanks to Zoloff, that has kept many people going home to kiss their kids. and their wife or their girl. Because if not for Zoloff, somebody else will be raising your kids.
Hey, thank you, Zoloff. Yo, so Keep It Logical said, being a new president, this is helping me out. So that's what's up. And Princess Astra said, unless part of a collision, unless you're part of a collision, I'm not sure what that word really supposed to mean. Coalition. Oh, coalition. All right. Hey, Phoenix, I'm going to need you to get hooked on phonics. But unless you're part of a coalition, I'm playing. Or however you spell that. Okay. Or however you spell that. Then you have to move around, but still have a home. Okay. All right. So that's one way of looking at it. Stood from down under said, I've been in that seat and people do not like it when you speak up. Okay. What he was talking about was when you see something wrong, it's in, you got to pull out them bylaws, and you one of a couple, like you said, Pac, you one of a couple of cats who know a thing, or whoever was it wrote that question. You got to speak up. It's an uncomfortable position to be in, but guess what? MC means man's club. Don't just mean motorcycle club. Sometimes you got to be a man about this shit.
Just to go along with what you just said right there about the people that speaks up and don't nobody else speak up.
Yeah,
it's the reasons why people don't speak up. Number one is because they may be cool with whomever and don't want to go against them. Number two is lack of knowledge. So they don't understand what it is that you actually putting out there. So they're gonna automatically be against the shit because they don't know. Nor do they do their own fucking research to see if what you're saying is true. You know what I mean? So the two people that is actually standing up saying some stuff, and that happens in the many chapters where you only got two people standing up. And the only reason why you got two people standing up is because them are the only two people that have balls enough to go against whatever it is going on. Now you may have another 15 that calls those two people up on the phone every day, bitching about the same shit, but won't stand up on their own 2 feet and say the same shit that these two people saying. They just feeding them the information.
Right.
So it may only be two talking, but best believe it's another 5, 6, 7 people that's on the phone with them on a daily basis telling them this, complaining about the shit, the very shit that these two people standing up. And the only reason why they go into those two people because they know that those two people don't give a fuck and they'll stand up and say the shit. You know what I mean? When everybody in the chapter, you know what I mean? That's the reason why you are considered a full dues paying member. You are allowed to speak up, speak your fucking mind.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now I will say this. Look, and I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. Now, one thing I will say, I call it a caveat. My caveat about that is this: is that when you come into the club and you wet behind the ears in the motherfucker, right? My suggestion, I say this to a lot of new guys, a lot of I say it to probies, I say it to the low man. Hey, you know what? When you first get here, shut the fuck up. For like 6 months, a year, shut the fuck up. Hear what's going on. This shit that's been going on for 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years before you got here that you gonna hear about in church. You don't even understand what the fuck you're hearing or all of the stuff that's related to it, all the nuances and all the backstories and all that shit. Take a minute, shut the fuck up, learn a thing. Then after 6 months or a year, then speak up. And I'm not saying that if there's a vote, you don't get the vote. I'm not saying that. I'm saying learn what the fuck you're doing, because while you're a probate, you think you're learning. You think a lot of cats, once they get that full patch, boy, they 10 foot tall and bulletproof, right? But in real life, in real life, that's where the shit starts. It starts after you get that full patch. Because as a probie, you don't know shit. You ain't been in church, not for real. You know what I mean? You've been in church outside while the meeting's going on. You don't know shit. They ain't tell you shit. But so that's the thing. That's the thing just to think about. But so we got Pump 17 said, if you knew your chapter wasn't doing what they was supposed to be doing, are you supposed to keep quiet and not say anything because your rags are wet? And I think that I feel like that's what we just discussed, right? Is that right, fellas?
Yeah. But
no, and I think, and the craziest thing is this, and I'll tell you, I won't go into too much detail, but it's like I had issues. We all clubs have issues, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy shit. And one of our biggest issues is that, well, one of our biggest issues to this one person is that I want to ride. I want to go to this place. I want to go to that place. But the craziest shit is everybody has jobs, so everything has to be planned out. We can't just say get on your bike and leave your job that you got vested 401k in, right? And then when the ride comes along, nobody has the money, so we have to grind to make the money to be able to go on the event. And then when something comes, it's like 5 people go instead of 20.
Right.
So if you have that issue, don't worry about what the other 15 do. You get out on the road, you fly your colors, you go make those memories. And sooner or later, the other people, they're going to be like, damn, I got to go. But don't worry about what another 15 do, because if you want to go, pretty much we always do things in twos. So it's always a partner, that a bro that going to go with you. Y'all go fly them colors. And whoever can catch up with you on the next go around, they going to catch up with you as well. But it's a balanced work, family working club, right? It's a hard balance for some people to do. And not just that, man, it's like everybody can't juggle their money, balance their checkbook.
Right.
So when it's time to plan a trip for 3 months down the line, and it's like, oh shit, I just had a baby, I don't got it. You can't be mad at that, man. You know what I mean? He put his priorities there. That means he don't love this club no less, but he has other things that he has to man up and do.
Isn't that where the club is supposed to kick in and like, hey, we got you? You know, maybe you pay it back, maybe you don't. But, you know, ain't the club supposed to kick in?
Exactly. And you know what? The club do help. Most of my club, we help motherfuckers out left and right. And
Pop, misunderstood down under clearly has an issue with you, because I think he's trying to case you up because he's snitching. He just said Pac coming with some bullets. I don't know why he would say that. Maybe
I'm
that's
just saying, man. That's a good thing. I'm just saying, it's like, I figure like this: if you want to find something to be, it's always something you can find something to be mad about. But being mad and upset is a waste. I go to therapy, right? It's a waste of emotion. What are you gonna do to affect change?
Waste of energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do to be the change you want to be? Period.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what somebody told me. This was a very wise person. He said most of the time when you angry at somebody, they don't even know you're angry at them. So
true.
Pretty much what's really happening is you're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Because you causing yourself, your adrenaline to go up, your heart rate to go up, causing damage to your heart, causing damage to your blood cells. All this damage happens to you because you raised the temperature in your body.
Right.
And this motherfucker like this, willy-nilly, don't even care or even know that you got beef with him.
Nah, facts.
Ali, where you from? Where you from, Ali?
Really?
I hear accent. Where you from, man?
NYC.
Oh, I heard Tony Soprano coming out there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I'm like this movie. Where you from? I'm like, really? Yo,
I hear that Tony Soprano shit. Every fucking word. I'm waiting for him to say these guys.
Guys, forget about it.
Forget about it. Yo, like I'm gonna throw this out here. One more time, I'm gonna throw this out here real quick. If you're watching, if you haven't done it, hit the like button, because that definitely helps our algorithm and all that kind of stuff. Hit the like button if you have not shared it, because like the last time we said it, do it. If you ain't do it now. Appreciate it. If you could go ahead and hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. If you didn't do that, God knows, if you ain't hit the subscribe button, I never even liked you, and I hope bad things happen to your mama if you didn't hit the subscribe button yet. But you know, y'all go ahead and hook that up. Bolo said, Archbishop Bolo said, a good ass whooping is a good understanding.
Damn right.
Good ass whooping is a good understanding. Ghost Eagle said he don't carry a gun. It identifies as a hole puncher, because, you know, we can do that now. You can identify whatever as whatever. And then let's see here. We got Down Under said, AB, that was a commercial for Zoloft.
Right.
Miami said, thank God for Zoloft, AB. And Austin Turnbull, who told us about the Walmart rioters. So those of y'all who's been following for a while, y'all know we've been warning y'all motherfuckers about the Walmart rioters and their dangers quite a bit. He said actually their bike night, when they finally, Walmart rioters actually did a real thing. And he said it sucked. There was like 6 people there. But what he did say is, what the fuck is hooked on phonics? I've been hearing that a lot lately. Okay, that means you need to. I can't even do it. Y'all hit him up in the comments later and tell him what hooked on phonics is. Princess Asher said, get really creative and pull the idiot card. Clown made incognito. I don't know what he's talking about, but that's okay. Ragu said, if you're in a club for a few years and get no support or backup from the club, you leave. He's saying you leave. Okay. Miss Lotus said, Zoloft AB. Apparently, yo, you need to call Zoloft tomorrow and tell him to go ahead and cut that check.
Man.
Go ahead.
Okay. Zoloft will take you from death row to pleasant to the motherfucker.
Oh, shit. Ragu said it's cool to talk to the new board members about why you left. All right, Miami said, oh, she's laughing at Miss Lotus. All right, let's jump down here. Frost said, it doesn't matter. If you become national prez, you're never done learning. And look, I got to props on that one because that ain't nothing but the truth. Go Seagull said, Big Bone up there on the soapbox, now preaching it loud. I don't remember doing that, but you might be right. Yeah, I might have did that. We're going to run through a few of these real quick. The only time you need to stop learning is when your time to go. When it's your time to go. Okay. All right. 1906 Phenom said, let's ride. Just finished run to Milwaukee from Miami, Florida. Damn, bro, you doing it like that? Okay. Go Seagull, I would ride with anyone here, cut or no cut, any day of the week, unless you are in a Leo club. Well said. Then, sorry for your luck. Okay. Yeah, that part. Austin Turnbull said, it's not my fault. I ain't old enough to know what it is. And Marie said, from death row to Pleasant Hill. From death row. Zoloft is winning tonight. Archbishop, you better get your check, boy. Get your money.
Yeah, send it to
you did some favors for him. Shit.
All right, send it to me.
I'll tell y'all what. Real talk though, I think this has been a great talk, a great conversation. And of course, don't be shy. Y'all continue that conversation tonight. Oh, stand by. I think we might have lost Pac because he's calling in. That is some weird shit. Hold on. I think Pac is back with us.
Hey.
Yo, you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we lost you for a second or something. But no, I was just saying, this has been a great talk, great conversation. And y'all jump into the Big BoneYard, the Facebook group or Discord or any of the other platforms. Jump on there. We're definitely going to continue the conversation. Frost is out there. In fact, Frost is bouncing around the country right now. I don't know if I can say where he is, but I know where he is. I don't know if I can say it. But so let's jump in there, continue the conversation online. We've got a few things we're supposed to mention. Of course, the raffle tonight, sometime, God willing, I'm going to put the online raffle joint up there for the guitar, that very stupid ass expensive guitar system that was provided by Cigar Box Skinny. We got that joint. We're going to put the online raffle up there. But y'all keep fucking with us. We got good shit coming on. The movie that we're talking about, what do you call it? The doggone casting call. The casting call is this week, the 12th and 13th, I want to say it is. I'm going to repost that stuff in the group as well. I think, Pac, you're good, sir. You talked to the director and so forth. They called you?
Oh yeah, we and him chopped it up. I'm gonna do the little table reads and I signed the NDA, so everything is Gucci on my end.
Dude, you did your damn thing. For those of y'all that didn't, if you didn't see the last show that Pac was on, check it out. He actually did his what do you call it? He did a screen test live on the show. So check it out. And matter of fact,
you gave me too much. He said you gave me too much. He said it shouldn't have been that in depth. It was hard, but I did what I needed to do.
Oh yeah, look, I'm not a fucking director, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Come on, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You believe me? Why are you listening to me? I don't know this shit. Okay, I did what Archbishop told me to do, and Archbishop said, "I'm just going
over here. Hey, I'm over here still missing Rallo. Shit, I'm about to cry now. You got me thinking about him.
Rallo dead as fuck. You killed him. And then Archbishop, he killed everybody, including you. Fucking murdering ass motherfucker. You know. But yo.
Hey, Bronx.
Yeah.
I gotta get ready to get out of here, but I just want can I say a couple things before I go?
Yeah, do you, man. Do that thing.
Okay. First of all, I just want to send out the condolences to the Goon Squad MC out in Minneapolis. They lost a member. I was down in Minneapolis for a funeral, and it was a beautiful thing to see the whole motorcycle community come out to support this brother and his family. And I think that type of shit right there, it get lost in the translation when it comes to motorcycle clubs, because it was members out there from all different clubs, but everybody showed up on the set to support Rail and his family and Goons for losing a member. And I just think that that's a beautiful thing. And when you think about joining MC, don't think about just you. It's a bigger thing than just you. It's like, no matter what you got on your back, when they see you riding down the street, they don't really differentiate you from anybody else. So you always got to carry yourself that way. But when something happens like this and you see everybody come together with different colors on their back, because we are a community, and like we almost, if you think about it, the way of the dodo bird, because not too many people was made for this, right? But when you see that many people come together to support a man that lost his life and his family, it's a beautiful thing. So when you sign up to be an MC, that's part of it. Supporting your community, supporting your bro, because no matter what, if you want tools, you all right with me. Then I want to say, make sure y'all stop by riderrep.com and check out those tees we got there. I sold some last week off the show. I forget old partners, old boy's name that bought it, but he should have got his shit pretty quick. And as always, I'm thankful to be here, and hopefully y'all can get back on here when I get back from my birthday. My birthday coming up on Friday. I'm going on a trip, and then I'll be back the week after. So if y'all have me out there, I'm sure I'll come be back. And that's all I got.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. And look, whenever you get back, for those of y'all that don't know, motherfucking Pac is our brother who's living out there in the middle of the damn country. Swear to God, right hand of Jesus, I didn't know they even had black folks out there. And went out there, there's a whole bunch of them, and every one of them is running shit. I'm like, wow, this is like fucking weird ass Wakanda backwards or some shit. I don't know, but it was cool. It was cool, and we loved it. And but look, real talk, Pac, we love you, bro, and keep fucking with us. And whenever you get back, go do your thing, be safe, get back in one piece, and come back here to the Big BoneYard so you can harass the shit out of Archbishop because he's sick of your shit.
And in the words, I would just end this with the words for Ali. Are you there, Ali?
Ali, you still there?
You there?
We might have lost him. Let me see. Or we might have lost Ali, but we'll let him know if anything.
Just let him know. I said, forget about it. I see you when I get back, you guys.
Yo, real talk. Yo, that's what's up, man. So I'll tell you what, in the meantime, anybody who's with us right now, and we see it's a whole bunch of folks still with us. If you did not hit the like button, if you didn't share it, then we never liked you. And no, I'm just playing. But hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe, share. If you catch this show later on, if you're not catching it live, still do it. Hit the like button, share it. Let some folks know what's up with this show, because we definitely appreciate folks coming here, fucking with us. We're having a good time. Archbishop, what say you on the overall our subject of club hoppers leaving your MC for a different club? Is that a real thing?
I mean, the first thing I'd say is, give it some time. Give it some time, and give it longer than a year. Actually, give it some time to see what the club is really about. Actually, you should have already knew what it was about before you signed up. But give it some time. Work out through what's going on. Like I said, everything is not going to be peaches and cream. You're going to fall in the rough spots. But but how you are in that club, the respect that you get in that club is based off the work that you do, and based on how you deal with situations that's dealing with that club. You know what I mean? If you a true biker and you true to this shit, some things you got to man the storm and just wait it out and get your point. Like I said, some things may be bad to the point that you have to go. I mean, if you have to, then you have to. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you're a bad person for leaving. I mean, because sometimes shit is just hectic, and you just got to do what you got to do, and you can completely understand that. But whatever you do, be smart about what you're doing. Don't just do it because somebody pissed you off. You know what I mean? Because you didn't join the club for individual. You joined the club for the organization as a whole. So do what you need to do for the organization. You know what I mean? People come and go. Not everybody that starts in the club ends in this club. You know what I mean? So it's all about what you put into it.
No, that's nothing but what my mother used to say, nothing but the gospel right there. I'll say just the whole thought of it. So full disclosure, so I'm biased in the sense that, I'm real skeptical about club hoppers, but I think over the course of this show, we figured out that there are some circumstances that might make you want to say, damn, I need to step away from this club. But how you do it is real important. I'll at least start off by saying, hey, how are you stepping away from the club? Are you out bad? Do you owe some money? What did you do to where you got to the point where you're leaving this club? So all those things have to be considered. And depending on where you are, maybe going to that other club a week later or ever is not an option. So I say do everything you can do to make it work where you are. But if you can't, do the shit with dignity, man. I mean, like this some grown man shit. Ali was saying that, Pac was saying that, Archbishop was saying that. We laugh and joke and cut it up a little something. But at the end of the day, you got to be a grown up about this shit, a grown ass man or a grown ass woman. You're right. You got to keep it. You got to keep your shit solid, because no matter where you go, there you are. Your reputation is going to follow you. And if you do it the right way, it's a good reputation. And it don't matter whether you're with your club for 1,000 years and your reputation precedes you in a good way, or you done bounced around 20 different times and that reputation follows you. So that's something to think about. But, every week here on the Big BoneYard, we're going to have plenty of stuff to chop it up about. We have a good time. We love the fact that y'all come out here and fuck with us like you do. Y'all boneheads are holding us down. So matter of fact, take a second for the boneheads. That's for y'all, man. Look, y'all do the damn thing. And we're blessed. For those of y'all that don't know, we get to talk to and interact with the boneheads every day of the week, either on the chat room or in the doggone on Discord or on the doggone on the Facebook group or any of that. But y'all are fantastic. Keep fucking with us. We're gonna keep doing this damn thing. And right now we can still cuss and everything on this thing right now. So we got a little while, So until they say otherwise, we can cuss and act a fool and every damn thing else. So in the meantime, love and respect to all of y'all. And Archbishop, how you say it? Are we out?
We out.
We out. 7 days, y'all. We'll see y'all in a minute.
Welcome to the Big BoneYard. Enter at your own risk.
Pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
That's where we come in. We come in and we solve that problem for them and really set them on the right track in order to try and get back to what their life was like before the accident happened.